Hi, Cetus. If you'd like to come on and have a seat for some symbolic support, my name is Steph. I'm so grateful that you're here in gratitude. I have made an inkblot made in your name and essence that we are going to scry for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. As well, we'll add on tarot and oracle in the shaman's palm configuration, and where Mr. Ghost Give is here kicking, we have Ghost Tube for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. Overall, please do receive or release freely, Cetus, or those that are here to share in the consciousness and the collective of Cetus, or the whale energy, whatever feels good to you. All right, I'm going to take a moment to open up, but you're welcome to comment below if you see, sense, or feel anything, or keep to oneself, and then we'll get at her. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of the Cetus Collective. Thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights, and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Let's go. All right. So right off the hop here, I'm seeing a fountain pen dipping in like a little ink jar. And it might be like a traditional pen, but I'm very specifically hearing fountain. Also something about calligraphy. I feel like a pen might mean something to you because it's almost like I was drawn down to the whale because I'm seeing them in here. Whales going into, you know, the symbolic ink, if I may, or perhaps literal if some of you are writers or whatnot. But the way I'm seeing it is, it's like with this whale energy, it's like I'm writing my emotions, but it feels fluid, like cursive writing. Maybe you're journaling. Maybe you're, okay, so there's an invitation. There's an invitation. I feel like I'm doing something about an invitation. Okay, so, and as the whale's coming in, the ink is changing.
I want you to go.
Okay, I feel like you're very loud, so I'm just going to drop you down a little bit of a notch. Because you're like screaming in my ear. This direction, I think I'm seeing a horse or a calf getting up from just being birthed. Or it could even be a deer. You know what? It's a deer. Yeah, it's a deer. And it's like it was just birthed and then it comes out. So something's being birthed in something I'm writing. I don't know if you actually know that you're writing. It could also be a book of shadows.
Have we met?
Conceptually, like not necessarily in like I'm writing a book of shadows, and maybe you are, or maybe you're going through your shadow scrolls, like the Akashic records, or I don't know what it is. Okay, sorry. For some, there's also a perfume or a scent. You might be creating it. I'm also seeing a ponytail. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. I'll bring you down. Seeing a ponytail here. Oh, did I not? I'm sorry. Awkward. Alas, that's how we are here. There's antlers here. And you know what the antlers bring me into is back to the deer. To a deer, a female deer. Hooray. So it's almost like there's different, how do I say it? Like different ages or expressions of said deer, buck and doe. Is that the invitations? A buck and doe?
Moron.
Alas, it's cheeky sometimes. What's going on here? You know, one of those two-handed saws, like where the you do it side, you know, side by side. Well, I guess it's not actually side by side. Yeah, and like each person is on. It's like we have one, and we have like there's this big long saw, and you each take one. Is it for like a trunk or something? I feel like I'm working together, and I'm in unison for something. I'm also seeing a flame. And it's like
It's here.
I'm dancing in front of this flame. I'm dancing in front of this flame. It's very interesting. Soap, stone, specifically soapstone. And I don't throw this out a whole lot, but whatever it means for you, soulmate style. Soulmate style. Now, that could mean a friend, platonic, personal, romantic. So, okay. So I'm also seeing here, right here. I don't know if you're on a phone, you might be able to zoom in. It's like I'm seeing, if that brings it up closer right there, like somebody sleepwalking, but it's like, it could be a sleepwalking thing for sure. But it's also like a shadow being drawn out and it's leaving. And when I say shadow, it's not in the same space or poo-pooing shadow essences or energies that maybe are misunderstood or they're working through and they're currently in an alchemizing state or whatever the case may be. This feels very specific, like it maybe wasn't yours or it's something you adopted. And it's leaving. And when I say like it's like I adopted an opinion or an aspect from somebody else and it's not serving me anymore. And it's kind of like it's, just kind of like moving out. Almost like it's going back to find its owner or its source. There's also, I'm going to say sunglasses, but I don't actually know that there's sunglasses in there. Yeah, there's a gate opening. Okay, let's start adding on some tarot and oracle in the shaman's palm configuration. Let's start with the cave of ice for Cetus. I hope you guys are doing well. And if you haven't already, please do consider like, sharing, and subscribing. I'm so grateful for your support, your attention, your awareness, and it truly is not taken for granted. Anchor, stability, security. You know the drill as well. If these mean anything to you, please follow that first. Cave of winds in your thought is house, relocation. Your hearth fires is cycle, change, and moon. Rivers of feeling, bride, engagement. And your cave of earth is, there's two of them here. Dolphin, playfulness, and bear, strength, resourceful.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for being here. On the bottom is wheel, endings and beginnings. Cetus. I'm loving it. And I apologize if it's Cetus or Cetus. We'll look at your psychology card in just a moment as well. Cave of ice. I'm anchored in the ice. I feel like you might, when some people, okay, well, maybe not. Like a dry spell. I heard dry spell. I feel like I was anchored into something. Someone or something. It could even just be my own energy, something that I've written out. I feel like I have written something to say and claim exactly what I want. Not to the degree that I'm rigid, not to the degree that I'm not willing to grow. It's like one of those concepts, at least it's like, what do I want, but what do I need? You know what I mean? And I feel like in writing this out, I want my best friend to be like, or a good boss to be I want to make this amount of money,
Rituals.
My partner, blah, blah, blah. Whatever the case is. Whatever context this is in, it's like it was specific enough, but there was still enough room for the universe to say, thank you for not stifling me. Thank you for not stifling yourself, right? And now the anchor's been lifted. And it's almost like this anchor's so heavy that we can imagine, because maybe you've been there for some time, and it's like now the whale's able to move. And now this anchor's like light as a feather. Interesting. But it also comes into... Okay. With the relocation and home, but also with this anchor, you might have moved. There might be a moving, especially with this ending and beginnings on the bottom.
Tradition.
But it also comes in with the bride of feeling. And we were talking about some sort of invitation, buck and doe. Yeah, okay, give me a second. Okay, so remember what I was talking about? It's like whatever I wrote out. And it's like this anchor becomes light as a feather. And then I'm able to anchor in. It's like I can see this vision. Maybe this is where you're at, if this is what you want, or playfulness, playful partner, companion, or you're looking for strength and resources with a job, or you're looking to, would it manifest intuitively? Sorry if my camera is lagging. Doing the best I can with the technology I have. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like I can see it now. I might not be anchored in, but it's like this anchor came in from somewhere else and it's going to anchor in there. These are your thoughts. Coming into your hearth fires is the cycle of change. Again, I want to come on to the bottom here. Jump onto the bottom of the sea. Endings and beginnings and cycles change. This is in your heart. I am ready for a change. I am ready to feel engaged. Do you know what I mean when I say that? I don't necessarily mean if it's not a traditional engagement, you're like, no, that's fine. It's not literal. But for some it is. It's a rabbit hole that it's like, I would like to be a bride. I would like to be a groom. I would like to be in a commitment. I would like to be in a partnership. However it's expressed. Even if it's engaging in buying a new house, even for some, maybe a houseboat. Do you know what I'm saying? You do know what I'm saying because you're the one doing it. Something about a disguise. It's like I'm taking off some sort of disguise. Sorry. I didn't mean to like keep you out of that loop staring at my smug face. Coming into your cave of earth. The playfulness, cooperation. You're cooperating with the universe. And you're allowing resources to come in to help and support you.
Betrayed.
From past betrayals, perhaps. It's almost like I'm hearing, well, I thought so-and-so might have been a soulmate, or this was the best job, and they were all experiences I feel like it's
Caution.
like, again, going through these notes to, I don't want to say perfect them because that's not the right word. Perfecting is not the right word, but drill down. Okay, so that's where like the disguise feels comes in. It's like, well, we all want, money, wealth, or a good job, a great boss, or whatever the case is. But I feel like that's very general. Anchor's picked up, it roots there, and then you've picked up the anchor. And each and every time through these experiences, in whatever regards it has been in, you have become more and more in tune with what you do want and what you don't want. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. It's really quite brilliant, if I may. All right, so we have here the Queen of Cups in your cave of ice. Welcome. There's a de-thawing. You might have been anchored at ice at some point in time, and now I feel like I'm in a spring. With this house with the Knight of Swords. And if the artistry means anything to you, you know the drill. I read art first versus the card meaning. But there is this partnership. Male or female expresses indifferent. This is about the energy stepping forward. And they're balanced. I feel like I'm sitting pretty. I'm not going to lie. See this? Sitting pretty. And look at that. We have the Lovers. I just heard this song. I think it's Bare Naked Ladies. Lovers in a dangerous time. I think you're going to go for it. I think both of you have had some interesting past experiences to go off of. You're mindful not to trauma bond, but there's knowledge coming from both sides of the coin, and it's respected. Okay, that's the buck and doe. It's like the antlers, and there's something that's going to be created through this. The Nine of Wands in reverse. Oh. You know what this makes me feel like? Okay, give me a moment here. This makes me feel as though I'm looking at something from a different perspective. Something that's very similar in one way, shape, or form that I might have considered. Again, if you're looking at relationships, this or the other. And my contribution to that concept, whatever I've been holding or held. There's a
warm.
new mold. There's a new mold. But it's like you still had to take time to make the mold, the original mold. And you've done that, you're doing that. And then it's almost like I'm seeing it like silicone or something, or maybe whatever it is. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff.
Recently.
But then you can use it over and over and over again. But I feel like there might, whatever this pairing is. I'm seeing the movie Ghost. And like the typical scene where, you know, they're at the wheel. Oh my goodness, the wheel. And right underneath that is scales, justice, and documents. So if it's not in relation to a partnership, or perhaps it's, you know, divorcing or separating from something, but it feels like things are working out for you because it's clarifying contractually what you want when speaking to the universe. I want to come back to Ghost in the Wheel, and then it's all like romance. That's how it feels, though. And by doing so, you create a new mold of something. I'm ridiculous. I'm sorry, but that's how it feels. And then last but not least, here we have the Seven of Wands.
Agreed.
Yeah, see, somebody doesn't want you to go. And then right underneath that, we have here Queen of Coins. Because there's something that you're drawing, okay, right from the beginning of with emotions. And you're able to transform something into something earthly. But that means whatever this past, yeah, I don't, maybe it's in the present. Maybe it's where you are right now, working through these things, going through. Something doesn't want to let you go because it's almost like now that you've clued in, but you're already like drawing up the anchor. Ahoy, matey. Anyway, and you're already moving forward. Somebody's like, no, let me on the Cetus cruise ship. Let me on the Cetus cruise ship. You're like, it's almost like you had your time or something like that. I'm not trying to be nasty about it, but hopefully you know what I mean. Okay, so Cetus, I'm going to pull up your psychology card here, your dream psychology card. The link is below. If anything is standing out to you, you know the drill. Please see, sense, and feel for yourself. Follow the inspiration, whether it asks you to, you know, Google, or let's see if I can do this. Probably not, but maybe. And I'm going to grab it. Card 5. Yes, it's card 5. So I'm going to grab, sorry if I don't have that thing, which is also a card of change. Source, separation. Okay, so yeah, there's a portion of the Cetus collective is separating in preparation for soulmate. Also, there could be some that feel like you might feel like you are soulmates, but it's not the right time and place. Kind of the conditions aren't conducive. An angel with flaming sword cuts through the seeker, individuating, polarizing differentiation. Through separation, we distinguish ourselves from others and create our own unique being. Welcome conflict rather than resist, for through the struggle we find how we are different from others and affirm those differences. Unity is not the only goal in life or relationships.
Ritual.
Separating out from the collective and intimate is also necessary for individual being. Your task, should you choose to accept, is to break old unities, take back projections, and develop a life related to but not dependent on others. Fascinating. I'm going to change this because I feel like we've kind of been talking about this through the Book of Shadows, the pen, and this bride, this buck and doe. Maybe something didn't work out, but it's by separating, seeing the cruise ship go off, by lifting up your anchor and seeing this new place that you want to go to, and having learned what you have learned. Because even with like, see these, it's like these two energies coming towards, but it's all in this prismatic partnership. And this one you're already like defensive about. You're like, you know what? No. No. It's also something about money in this relationship. There's something about money. In this relationship resonance, it feels harmonious, not the same, not in a tit for tat. That's not how this relationship works, the way I'm feeling it. Confirming lovers in a dangerous time. It could be because things are still unsettled from maybe a previous relationship partnership. This could also be, it doesn't have to be romantic. This could absolutely be corporate, mergers, business relationships. Before I, declare that I am in a new business with somebody else, I want to close this out so that there's not a window of opportunity for them to get, panties in a knot even more, or boxers, whatever the case is, and just aggravate. Okay. Also, so for the imagery on the card, see there's control there. Also, an airplane taking off. So I've seen a cruise ship and now you've had an airplane. You're washing things off, including, and I want to note, there's that fire feeling I had. I feel like I'm talking really, really fast. I apologize. Not to resist. Where was it? I wanted to say not to resist. Wait. Take back projections. Anything you may have projected out, I feel like, Cetus, you are claiming that. And you're like, you know what? I understand that I've been projecting out what I want, need, desire. But there's also, it's a difference of, in that partnership with the consciousness or God source, whatever you want to call it, spirit guides, in that co-collaboration of creation and then projecting onto other people, right? Because then it's going to bounce back, and it's almost like it feels like it could
I love you.
I love you too. Muster up like a victim mentality. Okay, let's see if I can do that. So I have here, see, I try a new camera angle and then I just get all wackadoo. Initiation by fire, master number 22. And is it my imagination? Did I speak of fire, or is it just in my imagination? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Because it's like clearing something out. And then you also have here Star Child.
Disagree.
Maybe I didn't say it. I don't know. One more. See all that water pouring out, and that's number 8, this infinite cycle. And I don't mean cycle in a bad way. Sorry, I'm going to go this way because then I have more room and I'm spacious. And then you also have here an invitation to connect. An invitation to connect to source, to what you want, to your guides. This water in their hands reminds me of the Queen of Cups. Oh, for heavens and hot dogs. I am so sorry. Camera crazy today. Camera crazy. Look at all the different hand placements. See if I can do that. Sorry. Open. Letting it pour through. And then harnessing it. See this feel? I'm controlling something because I've molded it. I took time to make the mold that is me. Even letting go of old molds. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Oh.
I feel like it does, but okay, closing out message here for, oh my gosh, Aviem Dawn. Soul love. We're here for Cetus. Number 33, 22, 8, 33, and 5. Remembrance and soul name. Maybe this is something you're working towards. I'll bring these up for you so you can get a closer look. Soul love, remembrance, and soul name. I'm seeing this as like a temple or a place one might declare, and you receive a new name sometimes, right? In a marriage or commitment ceremony or in a business ceremony. And you're like, this is our company name. This is our business name. Maybe you're going to keep your name. Not in a rebellious way, just simply to almost like to honor each pillar, right? Each pillar. This is, dirty dance. This is your dance space. This is my dance space. But it creates a center for love to grow, for love to blossom, and to always remember something about coming back to connect to what it is that you want, desire, and communicate that, Cetus. Because your emotions manifest on earth. Even if you are not actually writing, your emotions are connected to what you really, really want, what you really, really think, what you really, really desire. And you go deep. And then you can also come up on the surface and sail. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so, so much, Cetus, for being here with me and for putting up with my morning camera craziness. All the links are below to help a gal grow. Until next time, we will flip this for perspective possibilities. I will see you soon. Bye. I got chills. They're multiplying. And I'm losing control. 'Cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying.